I'll be perfectly honest, I have not talked to any of the Barrio chairs about their Barrio experiences at all. If I do get elected to be Barrio chair, no doubt in my mind that I will pick their brains like it's nothing, and I will make sure that I understand what has gone wrong and well in the past for me to really formulate something that I want to do in the future, and it ultimately all determines between me and my Barrio co-chair on really how we want to run things and make it successful just as a UFC, as a Seattle University event.
As I said before, I talked to my brother Jerome and somewhat of Matt and Noel. And one thing that I really got out from them was that to make this Barrio creative and more personal. And I'm not saying that it's just going to be the co-chair's ideas, but if I am elected co-chair, I would like to get your guys' input as a club, because we are a family and Filipino family. And yeah, I just would like to have like any other like input into how we can make the 20th anniversary the best year so far.
I've not had direct contact with the Barrio co-chairs in the past, but I'm an observer, so I like watching people. I like to see their body language. I like to check out their intonation. I am a pro people watcher, so with that being said, usually what your body is saying is a lot more intuitive or a lot more meaningful than what your voice is actually, or what you are actually saying. So just checking them out, seeing their stress level. Definitely, you can tell like what is the hardest, what is the easiest, and based off that, just focusing on things that weren't difficult. Planning is difficult, obviously. So that's how I reduced.
I haven't talked to either of the chairs either, but I've had experience just planning in general with my mom back home for our community back in Portland. And I'd have to agree with Jeremy about like having the other students come in, because my friends, like, they tell me all about it. They ask me, hey, when is it? You know, I tell them, and then next thing you know, they're like, oh yeah, they ran out. So I really want to do that idea too, of being able to get the other community from our school that's not in UFC to come and see what we have to offer for them.
Thank you, Barrio. Two more questions. Another.
So this is from Fortnite. Next year we will be celebrating the 20th anniversary of Barrio Fiesta. Obviously, this is a time to celebrate the history of Filipino Americans at Seattle University. Undoubtedly, this will be a huge event to organize and execute. So 2 questions. Can you please describe to us your time management and organizational skills, and what kind of leadership will you bring to the Barrio community?
Wait, can you a second?
Can you please describe to us your time management and organizational skills, and what kind of leadership will you bring to the Barrio community?
So just coming from, sorry, go. Okay, like time management. So like last year and this year, I juggle around having a job and on top of that being a biochem major and trying to be involved with UFC. So I really have to be able to put my time in places, in the right places, and know when it's time to do work and when it's time that I can hang around with people. So I mean, start early in the summer as much as possible. I mean, obviously we have ideas now. I'm sure we all do. So we've technically started early. And just keep going. Have a timeline, month by month. And in terms of leadership skills, as I said earlier, I was all of these different positions. So I'm just able to bring those in and utilize those once again to show that I can run an event.
So dealing with time management, I also struggle with that, but being part of Barrio has helped me, and other activities too. I have a planner, and that helps me a lot. So that's what I use as my time management. And as for bringing leadership, having experience again in Barrio, I know what some like higher aspects that need to be for a Barrio chair that I will put for being a Barrio chair. And so yeah.
I'll go. Well, time management wise, I am an avid planner user as well. I actually schedule in like my leisure time, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so just having a plan of what goals you want to achieve throughout the time, you know, and really achieving those goals and making sure that everyone's held accountable for those goals. Because Barrio is such a big event, there's so many people that are a part of it, you know, and my personal leadership style is a selfless leader and leading with others rather than leading and with and for others rather than leading in front of them. You know, I'm not gonna be, or I'm gonna take initiative, but I'm not gonna talk at you all the time. I'm gonna be making sure that we're all in this together, and in a sense, that will, I guess, attribute to a whole like close-knit community, I hope.
I'm also an avid planner user, but there's one thing to use a planner and there's another thing to actually stay on top of your deadlines. So, like I said, type A personality, likes to get everything done on time, and if not on time, as close to time as possible. So, with that being said, what I would bring to Barrio is definitely an energetic leader who is not afraid to just kind of press you on time and just be like, hey, by the way, there's a deadline. So, that's, I wouldn't want to step on anyone's toes, but with it being the 20th Barrio, let's face it, it's inevitable we're going to step on each other's toes.
No. I personally am terrible at time planning and all that, but over the winter quarter, okay, hold on, it gets better. I met with one of my professors and he basically told me to use my phone as a planner since we live in a world of technology. And I would personally say that yes, now that I am I'm better with time management, that I am willing and able to plan and schedule certain meetings and events leading up to Barrio, as well as to leadership into Barrio. I would say that I'm not really a serious person, but I like to smoke a lot and all that.
Yeah, all right. I'll admit that like time management is not one of my better aspects, but I do I do really know my priorities. Last quarter, I juggled 3 jobs as well as school, and understanding that as a Barrio chair, this becomes a priority. It becomes something that is just embedded into what I have to do every day. As a leader, I know that a leader is nothing without its followers and the communication between its followers. And I see that one thing that as a leader I could really do next year is to improve on really the communication face-to-face, because technology is a great thing that we have nowadays, but it doesn't substitute for the fact that, you know, when you have someone in front of you, things get done a lot better. And so whether it be as a group or one-on-one, I'm committed to really keeping that alive as a leader. Am I good? Okay.